Why don't you go put it in the car so I don't accidentally throw it in that dumpster? Because we watched Season 9, Episode 18, The Frogger. So, Katie.
Hello, Derek.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm good. And I, too, am well. Did you like The Frogger?
Not really.
Oh, yeah. we are in the meat of Season 9 mediocrity.
Oh, man. I barely wrote a page, like half a page.
Yep.
So I guess you didn't like it either.
There was so much in here that after 9 years of watching and learning and growing and loving these characters, they all just did incredibly, not even like, not things that were against their personalities, things that had like absolutely nothing to do with their personalities.
Like what?
I think the Frogger video game, like video games had not been mentioned at all in Seinfeld up to this point, basically.
No.
So it's like a thing kind of coming out of left field. And I don't feel they like establish his like nostalgia enough for like feeling like this is a great accomplishment. I don't really think like Elaine's Sugar Rush. I feel like Elaine is smart enough to identify a 60-year-old cake.
The box looked gross. Like when she took it out of they styled it to look like old and wet and weird. She had the sugar madness. She didn't even notice.
And then
I thought it was going to be Peterman's wedding cake. Even though I don't believe he's currently married. Maybe it was like parents' wedding cake or something. But the Nazi sympathizer and the American socialite's wedding cake is something. I was going to say it's pretty special, but
yeah, so I mean like it's not like it's just the like the things that these people are doing have like nothing to do with them.
Jerry is
and it's too
non-committal.
Late. It's too late in the series. Well, the other thing, like how many, I can't remember what the number is, and I know we talked about it before, but like the dozens and dozens and dozens of women that Jerry has broken up with. But then this one he seemingly struggles with for some reason.
Yeah, it's not even just that he doesn't want to walk past the park. It's that they spend 10 hours breaking up for some reason.
Like, why does it
take so long?
He should be a pro at this.
Why did it have to be that way? Why couldn't he have gone over in the afternoon and then like, oh, she cried and then the sun went down and like, oh no, it's, like stuff was put into this episode that didn't add anything.
Yeah.
And didn't need to be there. I mean, Kramer was pretty Kramer-like. He had a weird thing from a weird friend. And he misused it.
He basically doesn't have a storyline, though.
No, not really.
Like,
he did have a funny line when Jerry says, you sure have a lot of friends. How come I never see them?
They're wondering how come they have never seen you.
Yeah.
So The Frogger was written by Andy Rubin, Greg Cavett, Steve Coren, and Dan O'Keefe.
It shows.
I think like the second half, basically, of season 9, all of the episodes are written by this like committee. And I think these episodes are probably worse for it. It was directed by Andy Ackerman. It aired on April 23rd, 1998. Screen Crush ranked it as the 142nd best episode.
Sure.
Vulture.com had it as the 75th best episode.
I do not trust Vulture.
They said, yes, this was a stupid episode. However, television is stupid, and this is the good kind of stupid. And I would disagree with that. You ready for it? IMDb ranked this as the 30th best Seinfeld episode.
Is this just recency and the memorable George Frogger scene.
I think it does benefit from having, like, you say Frogger, I picture George going across that street and
Sure.
the sound effects playing and head down and it's the game.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's all it's got going for it.
That's all it's got going for it.
Oh, man. So let's throw it back to last week when I asked you if you remembered the Frogger.
George has the high score on a Frogger machine, and he buys it and wants to keep it plugged in while he gets it to his apartment. Well,
how'd you do?
I think I nailed it.
George wants to preserve his high score on Frogger. Elaine eats a vintage cake. Jerry's fear of a killer prevents him from ending a relationship.
Those things happened.
I hate cake.
You do. You've mentioned this before.
So I'm with Elaine on this.
I was recently on Reddit, and somebody that was from France asked, does all American cake have icing?
Yeah.
And I think, like, their point was, like, when, like, in French, what they refer to as, like, gâteau, there's, like, a wide variety of things, and it's not this, like, it's, like, sponge with, like, then an inch and a half of, like, buttercream frosting.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, when you say cake, or, like, the cake emoji, like, it is a birthday cake. Yeah. Like, that's what, like, North Americans think of when you say cake. Which is kind of a shame, because I think there are, like, as this French person pointed out, like,
there's so many options.
So many better options, and so many more interesting options. And, like,
man.
I can understand Elaine getting tired, like,
sheet cake after sheet cake.
I wouldn't say that, like, I would say I maybe enjoy cake as much as the next person. But, like, whenever I'm at a place, like a function, and they break out one of those, like, supermarket sheet pan, I'm like, we could have done so many better things. There's so many better options.
You know what? There is, but sometimes someone's last day party warrants a sheet cake. Like,
because you hate them?
No,
like,
because
good riddance.
Because if, like, you want to make something nice for your family, your coworkers are not your family. They get Costco cake because that's what they deserve.
For the exact same amount of money and effort, you don't have to choke down terrible cake.
I've heard Costco sheet cake is the king of sheet cakes.
Oh, I guess we'll have to get one and determine that.
No.
So I'm going to write down an idea that I have for the finale unrelated to this conversation. Buy Costco Seinfeld sheet.
I was thinking, as I often do, about this dessert that my best friend's mom...
The apricot tort?
Oh my God. I dream about that tort.
Anne-Marie, if you're out there listening, can you please send me the recipe for this tort?
I think she calls it a French tort. So is it a Ukrainian recipe for a French tort? Like what Ukrainians think tort is supposed to be? Or is it a real French recipe?
No, I'm sure it's like
they are French.
Chinese food.
No. So anyway, I dream about this thing, and it has layers.
Pâté chinois.
What's pâté chinois?
Oh, you don't know about pâté chinois?
No. What's Chinese pâté?
That's the Quebecois name for shepherd's pie.
Oh, no! Why?
Because all of the, like, Chinese migrants that they brought over to, like, build the railroads, when they were building, like, the transatlantic railroad, they would just, like, feed them pâté chinois.
But they made it.
Yeah. And so then it's like, oh, this is the pâté for the chinois.
Oh
so
my
it's
God.
like...
I'm sorry. Quebecois names for things are stupid.
I was thinking about
pudding chômeur?
Yeah, pudding chômeur.
How did I know?
Yeah. We were out of maple syrup.
Mm.
It just seems like such a waste of maple syrup.
So that's literally homeless man's pudding, right?
Poor man's pudding, yeah. I mean, chômeur, I believe translates to like unemployed
bum.
Kind of, I guess.
Bum
I think less less derogatory than bum, but it's like, this is a person who doesn't have
Tramp?
a job. I think you can be like a shoma, like you can live in a like you can be like.
Wow, you actually get a title.
It's like a noun for unemployed.
Okay.
Which I guess is kind of a noun, but
it's an adjective.
So for the people who don't know, you basically water down some
maple
syrup. You boil it, and then you drop basically like biscuit dough into the boiling maple syrup water, and then put some ice cream on top of that, and that's
fancy if you put ice cream on it.
Yeah, sure.
At Saint Hubert, there wasn't ice cream.
I think there was.
No, there was not. Okay, so they got to sing a whole line of Happy Birthday. They didn't just have to sing the last 2 words.
I mean,
I wonder if they paid the royalties.
Wasn't it a big, like, didn't the copyright for Happy Birthday, like, actually expire, like, a really long time ago? And it was, like,
Myth?
Yeah, that you couldn't.
No, I think it only expired, like, recently. Well, we'll have to correct that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Some other time.
Elaine, talking about work. Why do we have to act like we're friends?
Like, at some point, she's just smelling items on her desk.
She does that. That lasts for a long time. She's smelling like a pen and the tape dispenser. Yep. Does that cross over 2 scenes?
Yes.
Yeah. And then she takes a sick day.
This pen smells really bad.
Why am I still smelling it? I do kind of get like when something like smells bad, you like keep smelling it to like try and like
confirm. Like, why does it
figure
smell
it
bad?
out? Yeah.
Elaine has an inner monologue going. Is it too late for me to go to law school? You've said that every couple of years.
Yeah. Well, when I originally was thinking about going back to school in my late 20s, and I went into cybersecurity, I also applied and got into a law clerk program.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Algonquin?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I had to decide which one I wanted to do.
Maybe I did know that.
Which I think I think I might have enjoyed law school and being a lawyer. I probably would have hated being a law clerk.
As a clerk, you don't get to argue with people. You just have to research.
Like, you're doing all the like parts of being a lawyer.
Yeah. I think I would like to do the research part and not the talking to people part.
It could be interesting to like learn things.
I wish this episode was live so people could see her face.
I don't know how that actually sounded, but in my memory, I sounded really dumb when I said that.
We'll play the tapes.
I will say, like, I do think it is important to like your coworkers, but I do think that there is, like, I know some people where it's like your coworkers are your only friends and your entire social network, and I think that is a very like dangerous thing. You should have a life outside work.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Have friends you can eat real cake with. French torts.
Yeah.
So there's a killer on the loose.
The Whopper. He's cutting people's heads off. I don't feel like you could cover that up.
No.
Because you can't decide on a good nickname.
Other ones they had were Headzo.
The Denogonizer.
And Son of Dad.
It's a bit of a catch-all.
I like Son of Dad.
I like Denogonizer.
I really had to think about how to spell that when I wrote it down.
What'd you go for?
Denogginnizer. Noggin.
Oh, yeah, that's probably right.
What did you write?
I had an A in there.
Denogganizer?
Yeah. See, like, another thing that they shoehorned in is this, like, pizza place that
they've never talked
about going for pizza, never talked, like...
I do feel like they covered that by saying, hey, it's us, remember us? No?
I will say, I believe It was quick, and maybe you can check this work. I think the sign in the pizza place said 2 slices and a soda for $3, which even by 1998 standards, no wonder this place is going out of business.
Yeah.
Also, it didn't really look like very good New York City pizza.
Did we see the pizza?
You can briefly see it when he says it's ready.
I see. What did he say? Here's your pizza, knuckleheads, or something?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm remembering why we stopped coming here. George says he had the perfect combo of Mountain Dew and mozzarella. Just
enough grease on the joystick.
It's really creepy when he's standing behind that kid and talking about the game and then telling him what to do.
Yeah. So apparently, some company had a contest, and it was if you could beat this high score. This is a better story if you actually knew what they were going to give you, but
in reference to this episode.
In reference to this episode,
okay.
So if you could get this high score in Frogger, they were going to give you something, and nobody could do it. And then I think 7 years later, somebody got a new world record high score in Frogger that was higher than this score. So this score was ridiculously high. Yeah.
I heard that when Will Forte was filming something, there was a bar nearby, and it was the only thing to do in this town, and it had a Donkey Kong machine, and he got the all-time high score in Donkey Kong because all there was to do was go to this bar. Didn't want to drink too much, so he just played Donkey Kong all the time. So you're asking me to believe that there's never been a power outage at Mario's.
I believe
there's never been a problem with the holes.
I feel like there's got to be some they didn't even bother to check to see if it powers down, does my score stay?
Yeah.
Which I feel like it's got it. There's got to be a battery in there to maintain memory, etc.
They don't have the internet. How would they check something like that? They're not going to unplug it and see.
Go to an arcade and ask a guy. Find another Frogger machine and test it.
Just unplug stuff and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
What is the word when they're having another get well thing in the office and Peterman says a sentence that I didn't understand a single word of?
He has a polyp on his duodenum.
Okay, because I've only read that word and I thought it was duodenum.
I think I've made fun of you for pronouncing it duodenum.
How often do I say that?
Every time somebody has a polyp on their duodenum.
I did laugh when Elaine in Jerry's apartment says, "Guess what I ate?"
Ostrich burger. That was a pretty good line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I wrote down what George said later, but I couldn't read my writing, and I didn't know what they say ostrich has less fat, but you eat more of it.
Oh, so who are the guest stars? The Nihilist.
Julia Campbell played Lisi, which I thought they were saying Misi or Nisi, but it was Lisi, Lisi.
That's a weird name.
She was in a movie called Women in Prison. She was in an arc on Dexter. And she was in a soap opera, I believe, called Ryan's Hope. We had Reuven Bar Yotam, who played Shlomo. He was in You Don't Mess with the Zohan. He was in Casablanca, the TV show.
Okay.
And he was in a movie called Solomonico, where I believe he played the title character, and I think it might have been a Jewish cowboy.
Oh.
I'm not totally sure. And then Peter Storman played Slippery Pete.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Prison Break, Minority Report, The Big Lebowski, and Fargo. He was in millions and millions of movies. Yeah, you recognize him everywhere. Going through though, I was I saw him and I was like, okay, I know him from The Big Lebowski. Mm-hmm. Could I have named another thing that he was in, for sure? No. But pops up in everything and has an IMDb credit list a mile long.
Mm-hmm. I liked when they moved the meeting to the pizzeria because they couldn't understand.
The entire time they were sitting there, I didn't remember that they did move it. I was like, why didn't they just have this in the pizzeria? And then, see, not that hard.
That was a good moment. The ostrich burger was a good moment. That's about it.
I kind of feel like
I aggressively did not like. I know she's supposed to be annoying, Jerry,
mm-hmm.
but I hated the two of them together from the start.
I feel like they might not have chemistry, but I feel like her annoyances are somewhat overblown.
She's pretty. They had better chemistry when they were fighting and breaking up.
Oh, sure, yeah. But like, so there's something there.
You know what I hated too? Was that she had her watch face on the inside of her wrist. I hate when women do that. Instead of having it on the outside like you're supposed to. You
hate when women do that?
I've only ever seen women do that. Where they wear the watch turned around so the face is on the inside.
I've seen other people do that.
I don't think so.
Alec Baldwin does that in the movie The Bear. The Bear?
No. The Bear?
The Wild? It's a movie with Anthony Hopkins where they
You can't remember the name of the movie.
They get lost in the woods.
Is it called The Woods?
I think it's called The Bear.
Well, he's lost in the woods. Maybe he lost some weight and his watch turns around.
No, I don't think so.
Is Pennsylvania Dutch country like a sexy getaway?
I think it's for like boring couples. Like,
do you have to dress as if you're Amish to go there?
I don't think you have to. I think you can just go and look at the people that do.
It's like a human zoo.
I mean, because we've never gone, like, let's say, is our relationship in trouble?
Well, if we could go to America, if we wanted to go to America.
I don't think we'd be going to Pennsylvania Dutch country. Where is Pennsylvania Dutch country? I guess it's in Pennsylvania. I can name you, I don't want to go to America. I can name you 10 places I would rather go than Pennsylvania Dutch country.
But you've never been. You don't know what it has to offer.
I don't care. Why, like...
You don't want to see someone churning butter?
I don't have
on Monday.
I have no interest in pioneer villages, old timey whatevers. We have evolved beyond those things. I don't. Is
Pennsylvania Dutch country Amish, or is it like something else? I don't even know. I'm assuming it's Amish because of the hats she bought.
I kind of assume it's like old timey. Like,
you don't want to see a cider.
They might not be Amish, but they're like they're walking
irritating?
around in those head things, and they're doing the whole like churn and butter thing, as you mentioned. Is what I assume. I don't want to do that.
This is surprising because you're somebody who makes your own bread dough and has made mozzarella from scratch, and like you're very, of the the handmade, homemade stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not like going out there and making my own barrel to like churn the butter. I'm using a robot de cuisine.
Hey, we did talk about starting a bourbon company, so we might have to be sourcing some barrels soon. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Who were we talking to that said if you want a niche job because nobody's doing this job is making barrels?
Was it the person who ran the whiskey tasting?
Yeah, probably.
We went to. So instead of going to law school, you could just learn to be a cooper. You'd learn something.
So, like, there are how different do you think a day-to-day? What are they called? A cooper? Cooper? A cooper's day-to-day is. Is he going there and logging like 8 hours of making barrels 5 days a week?
Depends on demand, I guess.
But like that's all he's doing. There's no like variance.
You can't stockpile barrels. Like where are you going to put them all? You got to go buy, you get your orders in and then you fill the orders. And maybe sometimes you're not making barrels.
Do you ever think about how there's some jobs where it's like, it's very different based off like the things that you're doing. Like you might work on, a project that's like longer term, but then you're like doing something different. Like you're working on a different project. You're making something new, even though you're like, if you were just making barrels every day.
So you're talking about a general woodworker
versus a person that exclusively makes barrels.
Called a cooper.
Yes.
We were playing Career Ladder, and I knocked your socks off because I guessed what you were putting out there in like 4 guesses.
You were surprisingly good at imitating a YouTube channel that you'd never seen before.
I got cobbler in like 4 guesses.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But even that, you're working on repairing like different, I guess you're working on repairing different barrels. Maybe this job is more interesting than I've given it credit for. Okay.
There's different shapes.
I'll try to be Cooper.
You got to get all the I don't know what they are. Pieces.
Slats?
All the slats. You got to all stand them up. And I just picture like a Bugs Bunny cartoon where you stand them all up and then they all fall down in a big circle.
I might like, it's definitely one of those things where I'm like, oh, this looks like, in concept, this looks easy, but in practicality, it's probably very difficult.
To make them watertight?
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's why somebody does it all day, every day for 5 days a week.
Or not.
Depending on how many orders they get. How did you feel about this breakup montage?
I mean, it was the highlight of their relationship for me. But it just went on too long.
There was like weird... Like they would say things and then there were weird laugh tracks. I don't know.
The whole thing was just bad. And then I just wrote at the end, game over. It's a fitting epilogue to this season. Basically an unsatisfying joke with very little payoff.
I'm not sure how I feel about when Slippery Pete turns to Shlomo and says... Or Shlomo says, looks like a frog. Like, I feel like you were pointing out the thing, like, obviously this looks like Frogger.
Yeah.
But then when Slippery Pete said, so do you, does it save it enough? I don't know.
He does kind of look like
He did look like a frog, and I think that's the only reason that I kind of, like, if he had just said, looks like I would have been like,
yeah.
You don't need to explain the thing that is funny. It's a smart enough audience that we understand what your joke you're trying to tell.
Well, listen. I've got some corrections.
Okie dokie.
Let's get to it because I actually was derelict in my duties and we have corrections from 2 episodes ago and last episode. I erased some because I don't even remember what they're about anymore. We were talking about Ipecac.
Okay.
So it's no longer recommended due to safety concerns and ineffectiveness compared to other treatments like activated charcoal. So you're advised not to keep it at home, and I don't think you can buy it at the pharmacy anymore.
Huh.
And I think it was like, it doesn't always make you throw up, and it doesn't make you throw up all the stuff. And it could be abused, and it's just like, no, don't use this anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say activated charcoal like doesn't make you throw up. It like...
absorbs the stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And also, if you have something caustic go down, you don't want it to come back up and burn you again.
Sure,
right?
Yeah.
And Jerry was calling his girlfriend to get the tractor story and putting on a funny voice, and we didn't address his funny voice.
Okay.
But caller ID was widely in use by like the early 90s. Like,
and like star 69 and...
Yeah, so she definitely has a phone that has caller ID. And we didn't make fun. We didn't talk about Elaine's devil face that she was making to. I was surprised that you didn't comment on that. And then from last episode, I asked about Marin Dungy, one of the guest stars.
Okay.
Because she looked familiar, and she was Sergeant Jefford's wife on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, okay.
She was also on Better Off Ted, which we've seen.
There you go. Yeah.
And then Spike Ferenstein did not write on Community.
Okay.
Because we thought that there were some similarities. Yeah. But he wrote one Simpsons episode, Sideshow Bob's Last Gleaming, edited by Jennifer Crittenden.
There you go.
So it all comes full circle.
Oh, I was going to say in the scene where Elaine blows up on her coworkers for the cake, and then there's the woman, she's like, not you, I know you have slow metabolism. Yeah. That's Jennifer Crittenden in a fat suit.
Oh, boy. Well, next week is The Maid.
Uh-huh.
What's that about?
Jerry's banging the maid.
Wow. And then, I gotta tell you, one more episode after that, and then it's the finale.
Yeah. I gotta buy a cake.
Well, thanks for listening.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Believe it or not, this is our podcast. Please subscribe at the end. If you subscribed, we would be happy. Please subscribe to us. Believe it or not, it's our podcast.
Is that a Seinfeld reference?